Good afternoon. My name is Melissa Sorolla, and I'm the Senior Director of Corporate Communications and Marketing for CPS Energy. Thank you for joining us here today. We're going to use the next 30 minutes to give you an update on how CPS Energy is prepared for COVID and also to show you how we're supporting our community. With us today, we have Board Trustee Trustee Gonzalez.
Hello.
We have President and CEO of CPS Energy, Paula Gold-Williams.
Hello.
And we have our Vice President of Supply Chain, Maria Garcia.
Hi.
This is going to be a very organic conversation, and we will leave time for questions at the end, along with we're currently monitoring the questions that you are asking online, and we will get those answered to you as quickly as possible. We'll get right into this, and we'll let Paula kick it off.
Well, Melissa, thank you. And for those of you who are able to watch, we very much appreciate you taking the time to listen to us. We want to share some information. We want to talk about where we think the community is and our absolute heart for trying to be a partner with everyone. Individual customers, businesses of all sizes, we're all in this together, and we understand that power and energy is critical to keeping our community going. So I'm excited to be here from that standpoint. I also have one of our 5 trustees join me, Trustee Gonzalez, who happens to also be a local business who's been in business for more than 25 years and is an expert in terms of technology and IT. She brings us tremendous value in every sense in thinking about outreach and connection to the community. When she and I were talking, we both came up with this thought that we needed to share the things that we were feeling and seeing together. And I'm honored that she's with me and all of us here today. And then again, Maria, who heads up our supply chain area, has a tremendous amount of experience. She has worked in our gas operations, in our customer center, and our call center over that. She has worked in our community outreach area. And so this is something that we're feeling. We can't get out and outreach the way we used to be able to right at this time, and our business is changing. And now she's in our supply chain area. So this is also critical because all of us here want to talk about the ability to think more local in terms of opportunities for vendors partnering with us and giving us additional services, not just at this critical time, but let's really go deeper and try to do something special in the future. So we're going to get to that, but I really first also wanted to re-emphasize the things that we're already doing, what we're geared up for, and hopefully you've read some of these things in the paper, different stories, but we wanted to come from us. We are glad to do all we can to put all of our programs out there for your use. We are owned by the city of San Antonio. We are basically owned by every customer in our San Antonio metropolitan community through the city of San Antonio. The city of San Antonio, Mayor Nuremberg, and all of the council members have been thinking very hard about how to be responsive and pay attention to what's happening globally, nationally, and within our community. There was a suggestion from Councilman Trevino about really looking at the ability for us to suspend disconnects. We got on that immediately that day. Mayor Nuremberg also reinforced that for us to look at enacting the ability to suspend disconnects, and we did it. That's not unusual. We typically suspend disconnects over the hottest part of the summer and around the Christmas holidays. So we had a process and protocol, and we absolutely believe this is a thing that we need to do right now. We know that people are home. We know that there are quite a few people that if you're not working, you're not making money. And so we understand that this is a period of time that what you don't need is to feel stressed about disconnecting. So we have that in place indefinitely at this point in time. We're watching the trends the same way that you are. We're waiting for the community and the economy to restabilize. So we're going to be a partner to you from that perspective. Now, the system is set up, and we continue to take calls, and we want to take your calls, but the system is set up to apply late charges when payments are not being made. Here's what we ask in our effort to be a partner to you. Give us a call. When you call, we will take off the late fees, and we will talk to you about a payment plan, something that can work. Again, realizing that you may not have inflow of money now, We want to just make sure that we think about a way to push your payments out to help you conserve. We also will talk to you about different programs we have, our thermostat program, and different activities you can do to help conserve while you're home more, or for businesses as well. This is not just for individuals. If you're a business, give us a call. We'll waive the late fee and we'll work on a payment plan. We're in this with you together, and we realize this is not going to happen and get fixed overnight. Again, we have other programs to share with you. We also have, particularly for residents, affordability discount programs. We have bill credits, and we're looking for different ways where we can increase that outreach and penetration for you. So give us a call. Our normal customer service lines are open for that purpose.
Yeah, and just for everyone, that number is 210-353-2222.
Very good. Those are my primary statements that I wanted to cover. Did I miss anything?
No, you did. You got it. And Maria's going to deliver a message for our Spanish speakers.
Muy buenas tardes. Queremos comunicarles aquí de CPS Energy que les apreciamos mucho el tiempo que nos están invirtiendo ahorita en este mensaje que está poniendo la compañía, porque nosotros entendemos que ahorita la economía está muy diferente. Y hay muchos clientes de nosotros, sea residenciales o comerciales, que están pasando por unos tiempos muy difíciles. Hay personas que están perdiendo sus empleos. Y CPS Energy es la compañía de electricidad y gas natural de nuestra comunidad por casi 80 años. Y así es que somos vecinos. Y como vecinos nos cuidamos el uno al otro y ofrecemos un menú de programas para asistir a los clientes que sean residenciales o comerciales. Así es que si hay clientes en nuestra comunidad que necesitan asistencia ahorita, les pedimos que por favor nos llamen al 210-353-2222. Y hay un menú, sea para personas de tercera edad, puede ser para personas que tienen deshabilidades, es para las personas que son veteranos, que tienen quemaduras. También para ellos tenemos unos programas para ayudar, y en nuestras páginas sociales también hay información sobre cómo conservar, porque son dos cosas. Una cosa es conservar para no usar tanta energía, y el otro es cómo les ayudamos para que no tengan que pagar tanto y hacerles un plan de pagos fijos. Así es que por favor nos llaman, y aquí estamos para servirles. Somos sus vecinos, y en estos tiempos nosotros saldremos de esto juntos, pero nos ayudamos el uno al otro. Y CPS Energy, ustedes son dueños de la compañía, y así es que ahorita es el tiempo para aprovechar de la asistencia que ofrecemos.
Maria, you brought up something really important. We're all neighbors. We're homegrown utility, and Paula, you treat us here with a people first mentality. Talk a little bit about how you're keeping our employees and our customers safe and the actions that we've been taking.
Well, interestingly, we have been monitoring this issue for a long time, and Melissa and I actually work a lot. She and the corporate comm team is led by Garcia, our senior chief in that area. It takes the whole company to think more thoughtfully about how to communicate, how to think about how we are social distancing, how we are thinking about whether or not our people need additional help. We have to understand that we have employees that have children that also haven't been able to go back to school in some cases. And so whatever that is, we are trying to create as much dialogue as possible and continue to reinforce the things like you see our big sanitizer here. You see that we are spaced out. Even in our break rooms and our lunch rooms, we are continuing to help each other remember that being careful in our social distancing is really important. We also are implementing additional screening. We screen ourselves. We ask, how do we feel? Are we carrying a temperature? Do we see a cough? We encourage people to stay home because we are wanting to do whatever we can to flatten the curve, so to speak. And then just continue to ask our employees for suggestions. How can we do better? We have created and moved the company into 3 groups: blue, white, and orange. As of today, we've sent 1,200 of our 3,000 employees to work remotely. They're working at home. This is increasing the amount of people who are working in the office, and it's helping us make better choices and position ourselves social distance wise. And they're not also driving across town, and so the amount of traffic has gone down. Our blue teams, our field team, our senior executives, senior chiefs, we're in the blue team. We're here making sure that everyday operations happens. And again, and we have an office team in the middle, our white team. They are core and essential. They have to be behind our secure walls doing the everyday transactions. It takes all 3,000 plus of our employees to service about 2 million people. And so again, we are working through it, making process improvements, using our technology differently, caring for each other, listening to each other, and doing as much as we can to pass education and support to them. And the last thing I'll say is we have nurses and people in our people and culture area, and they too help us make sure that we stay connected.
Yeah. We did see some comment on feedback that on Facebook that wanted the number repeated for customer service, and that is 210-353-2222.
I probably can't say that in Spanish, so I better let
Maria,
do a better job if she would.
Repetimos el número de nuestro teléfono para asistencia para nuestros clientes, es el 210-353-2222. 210-353-2222.
Gracias.
Trustee Gonzalez, you're here.
Sí,
not
yes,
only as a
I know I've been
trustee
all
member,
quiet, pero gracias María. Mi nombre es Janie González y soy la fideicomisaria de CPS, de la compañía de energía de CPS. Si le estoy hablando en español es porque quiero que entiendan y que también sepan que tienen una persona que es hispana y entiende muchas de las cosas que están pasando en la comunidad de los otros, y muchas cosas son bien tristes. Y como yo soy empresaria también, es más difícil ver las familias sufrir que perdieron sus trabajos o tuvieron que cerrar sus restaurantes. Por eso estamos aquí hoy con ustedes para explicarles otra vez que sí tenemos oportunidades para ayudarles. La asistencia está ahí y los queremos mucho y queremos que sepan que CPS está aquí para servirlos. On that note, I took the time to speak in Spanish first because, as you know, I was, raised with humble beginnings, and I've been blessed with the opportunity through entrepreneurship to establish a business. And there's a lot of us out there. It's been really, really difficult to see a lot of good people that I respect. A lot of them are restaurant owners. We all know each other. It's a small business community in a big city. And of course, it's been very difficult to see our neighbors just, close overnight. And I want you to know that as a trustee for CPS, Paula and I have had a lot of conversations about how can we not only provide assistance, but how can we create opportunity. And so there's a lot of us, like in my sector, that we're called mission essential. And so one of the things we've talked about is how can we, again, focus more locally, look to the bigs to hire the smaller organizations in these areas of mission essential. And some of them, as you know, are IT and cyber, which are, dear to my heart because, a lot of us do that in the community. But I want you to know that, again, that on behalf of all the trustees, not just myself, that we are committed to working with large and small organizations because we're in it together. The heart of San Antonio is not just large organizations, it's a lot of small businesses. And I want you to know that the trustees and, as someone who is living it, who's having a pivot between, running a command center pretty much 24/7, assisting my clients and my employees, trying to balance, I have a daughter now who's at home at 4. My living room is now preschool, and we have night school because I can't provide her the time that I need in the daytime. And so I can really empathize and relate with a lot of you. Don't think because we're trustees that, we don't have normal lives. I do have a normal life and probably a lot more like you. And again, I want to turn it over to Paula, and I want to personally thank her and their leadership who's listening, and we're trying to find a lot of different ways and how we can be there for you more than just providing energy. We want you to know that, again, we care about you. Paula always talks about people first. And it really is about people first. It is about community. And San Antonio has a great spirit, and I firmly believe that we'll navigate through this. We'll get through it together. It's not going to be pretty, but just know that we'll be there at the end to be able to, pick up the pieces however we got. CPS will be there, and I will personally be there as well. So thank you.
Well, I want to say again, it is an absolute honor to watch Trustee Gonzalez do what she's done in the community. She and I do talk quite often, and she will say, I'm from the South Side, and I'll say, I'm from the East Side. And we talk about being raised humbly in this community and understanding how difficult it is, and at the same time, love San Antonio. Our people, we have so many wonderful people from our community that have a heart for San Antonio, and it is hard to watch. It is hard to watch hotels struggle and restaurants struggle, and people say, I'm furloughed. So we get it. We really do. And so this was just a couple of conversations. We always have them, but now more than ever,
yes,
as we watch and we see and we envision the other side of this era, this unprecedented era, we're really just trying to create that dialogue and again tell you that we're here for you and lead with the people first perspective. Our people are essential. We feel like we're the National Guard. We feel like we're the military. We can't put down our tools and shut our doors for convenience. We've got to find a way to make it happen. And at the same time, if we can help you, we're looking for ways that we can help you. As Trustee Gonzalez said, I mean, we're energy and we're essential. She's in IT and cyber, she's essential. But at the same time, everybody's essential in our mind. So we want you to register with us. We want to encourage other businesses to think about making connections locally. We have had people, other companies that do business with us say that they are in what they call a reduced operation state. They can't supply us with certain services and activities. And what we've said is, then you know what, this is even a better time to really think locally about increasing our partnerships. We know we're just one company of many, we're one employer of many, but we feel like if we all band together and think about how we can do this, take more takeout, work more with additional restaurants to help our team members. We have people all over San Antonio, and a lot of them work at night. Now there aren't as many places at night for them to just pick up a sandwich in the middle of their shift. Those are the things we want to solve those problems, and we want San Antonio to be our partner to help solve those problems. I'll let Maria kind of try to summarize what I'm trying to get at.
Thank you, Paula. San Antonio tiene un corazón muy grande y CPS Energy es parte de esa comunidad, y hemos visto y hemos oído de nuestros clientes residenciales y comerciales, todos nos están comunicando las dificultades ahorita en esta era nueva que nunca hemos experimentado, nunca hemos pasado por estos tiempos, pero ahorita es el mejor tiempo para unirnos más y ayudarnos el uno al otro, y también apoyar todos los comercios locales. Ahorita es la mejor oportunidad porque hay muchas personas que no tienen dónde trabajar, y hay compañías grandes que están buscando esas personas para emplearlos, pero eso es como un ejercicio local para ayudarnos todo el uno al otro y apoyarnos el uno al otro. Hay muchas oportunidades aquí con CPS Energy y vamos a dar esa información un poquito, pero les pedimos que se inscriban si necesitan la ayuda. No es solo la residencial, pero también la comercial. Y vamos a dar más información en unos minutos también de esas oportunidades de contratos, pero por ahorita nos ayudaremos el uno al otro y seguimos un día a la vez y así ayudándonos, porque en CPS Energy la misión que tenemos nosotros es muy crítica, y eso es seguir proveyendo lo que es la luz y el gas natural a todas nuestras familias.
If I can add, I mean, we talked about IT, we talked about food service, but just as some other ideas, there are medical supplies. Our people are needing to wear gloves, and we are having a better conversation when we show up That's what we're working on. When we show up, we're going to keep our distance, but we want to wear gloves in certain cases and masks, and we want to walk the customer through it. We need to make sure that we have the right level of supplies. Maria will talk about that in a bit. So if anybody can help us with supplies, we know the medical community needs them the most. But again, because we're out there solving problems, reconnecting gas, reconnecting services, we too want to make sure that our employees have a certain level of protective equipment and gear to keep you and them safe. Nurses, we are bringing on board some nurses. We've even recently brought on, as of today, a couple out of retirement. But if there's any nurse that wants to, or a service that has nurses that can help us, again, we need to keep screening our employees, keeping them safe. It's interesting. We actually have our employees, in many cases, wanting their temperature checked on a regular basis. So we want to expand that. And then physical security. With fewer people on the road, and we have many properties around the community, we will need more physical control of our assets. So those are just some examples. I don't know if you want to. Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
On the LVN, or is CPS open to telemedicine as well?
Absolutely.
And the only reason why I ask is I recently had Billie Jane, as you know. She's a very special child, and so we basically made an appointment, and it was a difficult one because. But I mean, that was the only way I could see her doctor, and so I was wondering if that was an option. If you know, again, we're trying to find ways. We can't do always the way we used to traditionally do business. So maybe if you have some technology with drones or some other way to assist with physical security. But I think those of you who are a small business, yes, we're talking about opportunities at CPS, but I also know that a lot of you are still trying to figure out how to make sense of everything that's being thrown at you. And so I know the West Chamber of Commerce, Christy, has also put a number out there. So if you're a small business and your members either with the Hispanic Chamber or the West Chamber or the Greater Chamber or the North Chamber, they're there to support you as well to funnel through things. I know that there's Texas Workforce Commission as well as our local workforce organization who's been really busy within the last they've been busy, period, but I think they've been really updating their content on their website because there's just so much new information that's being thrown at you. And I will tell you, as someone who's pretty savvy and pretty well read, that I'm struggling to keep up with everything that's being thrown at me. And so I'm just letting you know that it's not easy, all the information. It's information overload. And so please leverage an organization where you feel comfortable with. At this time, I think a lot of us can share resources and some thoughts, but really leverage, the organizations that you trust. Understand that there is a lot of miscommunication still going on. As someone who loves social media, please validate your source 7 times before you accept it. And again, I just want to stress that, these opportunities are here. This information will be provided to you in Spanish and English. Pero sí, tenemos asistencia para las empresas grandes como chicas y andamos buscando servicios. Y María les va a explicar un poquito más.
Gracias. So I will give you the information in English as far as how to register. Paula talked about some of the services that we're looking for. If we can please go to cpsenergy.com/vendor registration. It provides a list of items that we will need, and all you do is provide them to us. We will email you back an acknowledgement, but you get to select which services you feel you want to get information or invitations to bid for future contracts. And we have a number coming up throughout the year, and it's a number in the hundreds. So we ask local, small, large, please register. La señora González estaba diciendo que hay muchos recursos en nuestra comunidad para esas empresas pequeñas y grandes como las cámaras de comercio y también la Comisión de Empleo de Texas. Así es que nada más, no es nada más CPS Energy, pero hay más recursos aquí en el estado para así ayudarnos y salir adelante y buscar otras oportunidades para buscar contratos, para buscar empleo. Aquí en CPS Energy la señora Gold-Williams habló de la comida, de servicios para ofrecer comida a nuestros trabajadores. Si es tecnología, información de tecnología, incluyendo el ciber y también los servicios de enfermera, los servicios de laboratorio, de seguridad física, de telemedicina, como dijo la señora González, ahora se está usando mucho la tecnología también para la medicina. Y hay un número como de limpieza, de plomería, de construcción, sea electricidad o en gas natural. Y les pedimos que vayan a nuestra página de cpsenergy.com para buscar información de estos contratos.
Gracias.
Yes, cpsenergy.com. We have a COVID tab on our website that lists a lot of the resources that Trustee Gonzalez mentioned, including links to our customer assistance programs and then also links to our supply chain. We have a few minutes left, and we have one question from Mr. Trey Jacobson. So Paula, we'll give you this.
Hi, Trey.
All right, it's going to be a tough one, I know.
He doesn't have enough work to do, Trey, at home.
And I know Paula, you can take this one. Given the increasing number of people that will likely face immediate financial difficulties, will there be special fundraising efforts to support our REAP fund?
That is a wonderful question in which I can say yes. We are looking at our new promotion now. We do know that everybody, there's no one or no company that this is not affecting, but we do have the mechanism that already, where in our REAP fund, someone could just add $1 to the bill, and we will take that and put it in a fund which already exists, and then we go out and we partner with Bexar County and with our owner, the City of San Antonio, and we do outreach and intake. So if you need more information about what that program looks like, again, you can call our number, 210-353-2222, and we can give you that information. But yes, we'll promote it, we have a mechanism, and we are ready to give those funds.
Paula, real quick, for those who don't know what REAP stands
Oh,
for. please.
Residential Energy Assistance Program.
Thank you so much, because it's
Thank
like the
you.
military. There's so
Yes,
many.
we have way too many.
We have a lot
So,
here.
Yes.
I
So
know.
thank-
No, absolutely. No, thank you. Catch me
for-
every time. I know we're almost out of time. I don't know if we have any more, but I want to chime into Trustee Gonzalez's comment. We actually have 5 board members. We have Chair Mr. John Steen. We have Trustee Ed Kelly. We have Trustee Dr. Mackey, Trustee Janie Gonzalez, and the Mayor of San Antonio. They are typically in this boardroom. The room is typically full. They are huge. Our trustees, they have their own businesses and their own activities, and then they help us oversee a really complex business. And again, we're fortunate because we have trustees who care about what's happening in San Antonio, and they care about supporting our People First Foundation. So they could not be here today. They typically can't be more than 2 of them in the room anyway if we're not having an official meeting, but they do know about the event. They are absolutely excited about Trustee Gonzalez's decision to help us and lead this effort with me. And so I wanted to thank them, and I want to again thank all of you for tuning in today.
Thank you.
And as we mentioned, this is the first of many chats that we'll do with you all online on Facebook. We will post this again to our Facebook page, so you'll be able to watch it later. We know we're going to go through some of the questions that we received and work to answer those. And again, the number to call for customer assistance is 210-353-2222. Maria?
210-353-2222.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Gracias.